Good morning. More profits yesterday for members of footballtradingprofits.com. All relative to the amount of risk, of course. Low risk, good result. 29 quid. Bodo Glimt. Off season for Bodo. Bit of a risk because they haven't had any Norwegian Elite Serie football recently. And Union Saint-Gilloise. Job done against Braga. Again, trusting a Belgian side against a pretty solid Portuguese Primeira Liga side. Needed a bit of faith, but I was tempted because Union Saint-Gilloise had a goal disallowed in the first half. I do like to see that as a confirmation that they're up for the battle. They got the win, cashed out at 2-1. You could have cashed out at 1-1. I was a bit gutted I didn't lay Man United late on. And I gave Eintracht Frankfurt laying the late draw, or laying the draw second half there. Again, I delayed to try to get lower odds about the draw. But all in all, a very decent night in a tough Europa League. So if you fancy a bit of that, then join at footballtradingprofits.com. Free trial offer. And if you want to dip your toe in, we've got the Betfair Trading Made Easy course. Put your name and email address down, and we'll make sure you get some Premier League research for the weekend. It's going to be another bumper Premier League weekend, but don't forget this weekend, it's a sandwich weekend. I love sandwiches. I'm sure you do too. But traders don't really like sandwich weekends. Sandwich between Champions League matches. Surely, you saw last week the mayhem. Champions League teams cocking it up left, right and centre. It's going to be doubly so with a sandwich weekend. So just watch out for that. Friday, it's my day off today because I'm going to be doing live streams for members tomorrow. Have a quick look through yesterday. AZ Alkmaar and Roma. Well, you could have laid the draw second half. You've always got the option where you've got a 0-0 at half time to lay the draw second half. Pretty much all of the matches obliged. Did look to lay Elfsborg at some point, given Nice. Their reaction was exceptional, but mostly off target, which was a pity for Nice. Big chances, 3, but couldn't convert. All in all, an excellent day yesterday. You saw the Braga lead. And we had a goal disallowed, but it didn't show up here. May have shown up on the commentary as a perhaps offside. Here we go. No goal. Offside in the build-up. That to me gave me a kind of a confirmation that we might be able to trust the Belgians. I like them being at home. I like the fact they're odds-on favourite as well. Man United got the win eventually. Well, I couldn't trust them. Fernandes with a late winner. Still, it's really poor stuff. Let's be perfectly honest. You should be battering sides from the SPL. But fair dues on Rangers. Looking on to today, and it's going to be a quiet one for me. Day off. But, as ever, might hop on for members if it's still chilly outside. We can have a look at a few of these matches with a little bit of the luxury of time. Auxerre Saint-Etienne looks a toughie on paper. What does soccerstats.com have to say about it? Let's have a look. French League. I bet you didn't know I spoke French. Auxerre Saint-Etienne. Let's have a look. View stats and matches for both teams. We'll get an indicator. The first thing you'll look at, this is in chronological order. So you can have and it's colour-coded as well. So you can see quite clearly Saint-Etienne do their best work at home. They are woeful away from home. Really struggling, aren't they? Auxerre, touch of the old drawitis, but a couple of 0-0s against big names. Paris Saint-Germain and Lille, both Champions League sides. A nice bit of the old latte. So I think Auxerre will be defensively sound this evening. They've had 4 clean sheets in the last 6 matches. Could be a defensively sound setup from them. Look at those clean sheets prior to that. So I don't know what the odds are. Let's have a look at the odds afterwards, after I've made my conclusions. That will be a good exercise, won't it? Do I agree with the market? No defeat in 7 at home, Auxerre. No win in 9 away. It looks clear cut, doesn't it? It really does. Looking at the challenge table, well, it's mid-table mediocrity for Auxerre, but you note only the one defeat has come against Monaco. They're keeping the big boys quiet, Paris Saint-Germain and Lille, and they tended to keep clean sheet wins against 9th and lower. Looking at Saint-Etienne, well, it's woeful, isn't it? Only scored the 2 goals on 2 occasions against 12th and lower, albeit very near to today's opponent, but notably a 3-1 win against Auxerre last time these two met. Is that the spanner in the works? The seasonal form are all over Auxerre today. Auxerre do their worst in the first half, conceding 71% of their goals in the first half. So if Saint-Etienne are to strike, well, they tend to strike second half. 83% of their goals scored second half. Only 6 away all season. So on seasonal form, you're certainly with Auxerre. But we've got that intriguing head-to-head win for Saint-Etienne. I don't know if there was a red card involved. So it's gone up from 1.8 to 1.93 with Unibet. I wouldn't take any drifts. They're not like horse racing drifts. I wouldn't take that as any signal of an underperformance for Auxerre. As a reactive trader, it's what happens in play, isn't it, that counts. The Wolf are playing Holstein Kiel. Let's have a look at this one. Well, do we need to have a look at this one? 1.41 the favourite. Let's have a look at this one. Looks a bit tougher. 2.14 the favourite. Torino and Cagliari. Torino, if you have insomnia, get a Torino season ticket. That'll cure your insomnia. The touch of the old Tony Pulis's about Torino. 0-0s, trying to nick a 1-0. It's all a bit of a snooze fest. Look at that recently as well. What Torino don't have is a solid attacking lineup. Great result against Fiorentina, who are a solid unit. So either that's Fiorentina taking their eye off the ball or Torino upping their game. This is a Turin derby, so I wouldn't be reading too much into this one at all. Looks like they've, well, I was going to say they've turned up defensively. 2-2 against Udinese. That was an excellent result. Suddenly scoring 2 goals. Che Adams is a familiar name, isn't he? Is he ex of Brighton? I'm not sure. But then we get this problem. 0-1, 0-0, 1-0, 0-0-0-1. Not scoring that second goal with any great frequency apart from that recent match with Torino. But Che Adams seems to be the key, doesn't he? So watch out for Che Adams recently. Moise Kean? Oh no, he plays for Fiorentina, ex of Juventus. Cagliari on a recent good run. That 1-1 against AC Milan. More down, I would suggest, to AC Milan's Champions League distraction. Okay, I wouldn't be reading too much into that. But a recent run of scoring away as well. 2-0-1, 2-1. So against the right team, we might fancy Cagliari today. But Torino tend to be very, very defensively led. No win in 6 at home. Notably, Cagliari have conceded in the last 10 away. But can Torino take advantage? You need Che Adams to be on his game today. Working our way down. 11th against 14th. And, well, Cagliari against teams above them in the league have only the 1 win. And that was against Torino. Interesting. Very interesting. Scoring 2 goals as well against 16th, 12th. So possibilities there. And against Torino. So again, we've got a head-to-head win. But seasonal form is unflattering, isn't it? Torino, well, the defence is out, isn't it? Against teams below them in the league. Clean sheet, clean sheet, clean sheet, clean sheet, clean sheet. And they're playing a team in that cluster today. So, highly defensive match. Not a very good trading match for me. In-play stats will reveal all, I would suggest here. And again, unspectacular goal times. What was the market saying here? 2.14 the favourite. So giving Torino favouritism here, probably down to their clean sheets, but this lot are starting to score away from home. Fascinating match. I can't really unpack it. Let's have a look at one more before I depart on my day off, probably down to the old driving range, just to sort out those mid irons. Las Palmas against Osasuna. Let's have a look. Again, the market's not giving us any clues. 2.5 the favourite. Very, very difficult to unpack. Las Palmas in a pretty decent form since the 21st of October. Only the one draw. Only 4 draws all season. So we might be able to lay any late draw here. On a run of 3 wins in 5. Losing against Mallorca and Getafe was a 1-goal in it defeat. But a real spanking by Real Madrid. That's nothing to be ashamed of at all. Losing to Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid as 2 of the 4 defeats. That's not too bad at all. Osasuna haven't been able to find a win since the 9th of November. And they've had trouble with that second goal. When they have scored it and taken a lead, they haven't held on to it. But this Villarreal having a rare old season, the Yellow Submarine. And against Alaves, well, it was the other way round. They were coming from behind. And then they took the lead and couldn't hold on to it. So that's a pattern, but that's a pattern at home. Away from home, took the lead, couldn't hold on to it. Took the lead, couldn't hold on to it. We're getting a bit of a pattern emerging, aren't we? Not in those last 2, but a regular occurrence for Osasuna since the 9th of November, an inability to hold on to a lead. Las Palmas, at their best, can get that second goal. That Barcelona win, famous win. 3 against Rayo Vallecano as well. Scored in the last 5 at home. Las Palmas. This is 14th against 10th. And again, we're not really seeing any patterns, are we, from Las Palmas? They can beat Girona. They can draw with Real Madrid. And beat Barca away. But it's not strong form. They're losing despite scoring 2. But they do have 2 goals in the locker against 4th, 6th, 11th. That could be their saving grace today, and 20th. Playing 10th today. Side they lost 2-1 to earlier on in the season. Away from home, Osasuna only got that 1 win away at Real Sociedad. That was the only time they scored 2 goals away from home. So with Osasuna, it's a touch of drawitis v teams below them in the league. Working our way down. Las Palmas at home. Osasuna away. 62% of their goals scored have come second half. 7 of those goals out of 8 in the last half hour. So if Osasuna are leading late on, they might be gettable. They do concede second half as well. Osasuna conceded 71% of their goals second half. So that could be an angle for us this evening. Now you know why it's 2.5 to favourite, don't you? It's you come to the same conclusions as the market. It's very tough to unpack. Now Friday's coming up to April, May, June is going to be Irish First Division and Irish Premier League football, but we're not getting it just yet. We also got our Norwegian friends as well. Not Norwegian, Dutch Eerste Divisie friends. Jupiler League today looks a bit tough, doesn't it? 2.63 the favourite. And this is Soccer 24. This gives you all of today's matches by country. I like the Croatian HNL1 League. 5 o'clock. English Championship. Sheffield United against Old Rod. Hull and Emu. 1.63 the favourite. You know what you're going to get with the Blades, don't you? Very tough to score against. Hull, well, you saw when I did the last research with QPR, very strong second half scoring pattern. That's 0-0 at half time. Hopefully you'll take that on. Premier Professional Development League and Premier League Cup. You've got a very strong over 2.5 goal bias if you're up in the afternoon. And Premier League 2, a whole set of over 2.5 goal matches. But do your due diligence as well. You're looking for teams who have an over 2.5 goal bias. You can get a quick snapshot here. 9, 3, 2, 3, 3 for the arse at home. Nottingham Forest 3, 6, 4, 5. Then we got 1. This is in a cup or something. So a very strong overs bias, both teams to score bias. Highly likely that these are going to be factored in to the odds. So if you are going to be trading, you're going to have to be a little bit creative. Just delay. Try to get some better odds about overs. French League 2. Usual targets, Martigues or Martigues and Red Star. They're not playing today. Newly promoted sides, Martigues, certainly having a struggle this season. Have a look at where these teams are relative to each other. You'll see Martigues, bottom of the league. This is typical, and Red Star as well. Newly promoted sides can struggle. Who are the non-strugglers? Well, Lorient recently relegated, weren't they? Paris FC, they're going to be joining Paris Saint-Germain in the top flight. So all on equal number of games played. So it's vital for Metz and Paris to get the win today. Keep Lorient at bay. Metz and Paris, well, Metz are playing at home and they're odds on. So now you've got a reason why Metz are odds on. Paris are not playing today. Lorient not playing today. So with that in mind, note Metz at 7 o'clock. They're going to be putting in extra effort because a win today could take them temporarily top. Psychologically important as well, with the other two rivals not playing today. French League 2, German Bundesliga 2, Magdeburg and Braunschweig. Again, just have a look where these two are, or these four are relative to each other. We've got Magdeburg against Braunschweig, and that's interesting. Magdeburg second in the league. Again, all uniform. A win today takes them top, albeit temporarily. Braunschweig, well, a win today will take them into the relegation playoff place, which is vitally important. Give yourself another crack at the whip. You don't want to be automatically relegated. You want to have a chance. So this is one of those matches, top v near bottom. I wouldn't be necessarily discounting Braunschweig. It's that part of the season, 24th of Jan, heading into February, where these relegation threatened sides must change tack and start picking up points. So again, another fascinating match at 5:30 in the secondary leagues. Italian Serie B, Sassuolo got us a massive profit last week, at least for members of footballtradingprofits.com who attended the live stream. They are just reliable. Reliable. Scored 17, will make that 19 goals now at home in the last half hour of home matches. Highly likely to be going up, but 2.55 the favourite. So just a bit of a toughie for Sassuolo today. Why? It's a top three clash. Okay, the onus is more on Spezia to get the win because they've got to, well, just to keep that gap with Cremonese and with Palermo, more importantly, and to tighten the gap between them and the automatic promotion spots for Pisa and Sassuolo. Wouldn't it be great for Pisa if they went up this season? Sassuolo are used to Italian Serie A. They're a brilliant side, but do be careful this evening. In their last match, they were odds on and they were at home. But the market leaves clues. It's a top three clash. You saw with Wrexham and Birmingham yesterday. Very tough to unpack. Dutch Eredivisie, I do my usual fun. Both teams to score and over 2.5 goal accumulator. When it comes in, it comes in. We're in the right division. It's a goals division. The Dutch Eredivisie, they love their goals. The suggestion that the Norwegian Elite Serie might be on its way back. This is the under-19s. So look forward to that. It's one of our summer leagues, the Elite Serie. Portuguese La Liga Portugal, Arouca Moreirense take a bit of a back seat on that one. So some interesting secondary tier matches. Elche and Eibar, again, odds on. Just have a look at the standings initially. Where are these two in relation to each other? Elche, 4th in the league. A win today could take them top on goal difference. Motivation, particularly at the end of the season. Motivation, motivation, motivation. IBAR 32 points. A win today takes them to 35, knocking on the door of these promotion playoff places. But for me, motivation is huge for Elche today. They're at home. Huge motivator. Turkish Super League, Samsunspor, Gaziantepspor, 5 o'clock. And that's it. As you can see, it's a very decent coupon. I never say never on a Friday, but I normally take it my day off because I do a live stream for members tomorrow. I do work on a Saturday for members of footballtradingprofits.com. But as you can see, it's a very interesting coupon this evening. Head-to-heads with Saint-Etienne. The seasonal form is thoroughly with Auxerre. This is a toughie, isn't it? But a possibility. Las Palmas, with that 2-goal habit, could knock on the door. But do please be careful, 2.5 the favourite. And you see with Sassuolo, despite the fact that they are rock solid, it's a top 3 clash. They are away from home. It's 2.55 the favourite. It could be a surprise result. So you could be very careful. Even though you like Sassuolo, be very careful. Have a great day. And if you like picking up 56 quid for a small stake, how about a bit of 29 quid there for a small stake? Then make sure you take up the free trial offer, footballtradingprofits.com. Click on that link there. Take the free trial offer. At least get the free Betfair trading course and get yourself some Premier League research for the weekend. Make sure you join youtube.com/@footballtradingprofits, where I will do a live stream for free once a month for non-members. But everything else, all of this lovely stuff, all of this lovely green screenery that you see in these live streams, it's all for members only most of the time. So come along. Have a great Friday. Have a green Friday. And I'll see you again tomorrow.